Today, I'm gonna be sharing my story on how I got to my first $10,000 a month using digital marketing and how you can too. And what I would do if I had to restart from scratch today in the digital marketing space. So without further ado, let's hop into story time. So I'm gonna take us back to around 2020 when COVID first hit. I was a complete bum. I was playing Nintendo Switch, Super Mario, all day, every day. I thought to myself, okay, COVID hit, the gyms are closed. It makes sense to sell some sort of digital product or physical product that has to do with fitness. So I went on Alibaba, I ordered a bunch of resistance bands, and I built an entire Shopify store. I thought I was gonna drop ship these things, but I was like, I'm gonna do this legit this time. I was going to actually order the products and ship them out myself. If you guys go on my Instagram, you can see a photo of me sitting in the back of a RAV4. It was my girlfriend's at the time, who's my wife now. Her RAV4 with a trunk full of resistance bands and shipping boxes, okay? So at that time, I was in a lot of credit card debt and I had to figure it out. I had no choice. I remember Tuesday, this was the breaking point for me. I was about 2 minutes from her house at a gas station and my card getting rejected at the pump because I had maxed out all my cards. Now, granted, I wasn't shopping lavish, living lavish, whatever it may be. I was just running ads on my credit cards and failing in business. And that is actually how I started to develop the skill of Facebook ads, is by trying to do it for my own businesses and it wasn't working. Now, at that point in time, that was the breaking point for me. I drove to her house. I didn't even have enough money to drive away from there. My car got towed to the tow yard. I couldn't even get it back. And I thought to myself, I don't really care. I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna sit down on this computer and I'm gonna figure it out. So I went on Google and I started looking up every type of business around me. And I was calling and asking if they need help with the digital marketing, if they need help with their paid ads, if they need help with XYZ. And eventually one guy answered and he said to me, I spend $100,000 a month on Facebook. What do you know that I don't? And that was the first time I decided to push back. Before, I would just take the L's and say, okay, move on. And this was the first time that I was like, no, I have no choice to take an L. I have rent to pay. I have things to take care of. So I decided to tell him, are you running lookalike audiences? Which, if you guys are watching this video and you understand Facebook ads, that's kind of like meaningless. It's like, yes, it's important, but also not the most important thing in the world. But he liked that I challenged him, and I ended up going to his business, quoting him $2,000 a month. He goes to his checkbook, writes me a check for $1,000, says to me, I'm gonna get one of these every 2 weeks. For the next 3 months, show me what you can do. And the reason I tell you guys this story is to tell you that a lot of things are gonna happen to you that are negative, and you just need to figure out a way for them to be used to your advantage. Another example, part of this story, my presentation that I showed this guy wasn't even on my laptop. I went to the library at my university and I printed my presentation on A4 papers, which is super stupid, by the way. But granted, I didn't know what I was doing at the time. I didn't have the right resources and tools to succeed. So this is what I thought was the right thing to do. And this is to let you guys know, no matter how many hardships you're going through, no matter what you are dealing with, 10K a month is not far away. And if 10K a month will change your life, you should make it your duty to get to that number. I look back at this story and I think to myself, if these bad things didn't happen to me, I probably would have never reached out to this person and probably never got my first client in the digital marketing space. If I didn't fail at dropshipping, I would have never learned how to run ads. I was watching YouTube videos, this is how I learned, and that is how I mastered that skill. So keep in mind, no matter how far you are from that number, or even if you've surpassed that number and you're trying to go for another dollar amount, everything that is negative that has happened to you is to your benefit. I saw this quote that someone said online, and I think it's so accurate. Someone said, I prayed for success, and God gave me hardships to overcome so that I can succeed. But a lot of times we pray for success, and when the hardships come, we shy away. And that's not how the business space works. So it's important for you guys to sit down and truly be honest with yourself of what you know how to do, what you suck at, and actually start working on these things. Focus on what you're good at and upgrade what you suck at. Because that's the thing, there is no business owner that is 100% perfect at everything, right? Even to this day, where I built multiple 7-figure businesses, I still have weaknesses in business that I hire for because either I'm not good at it and I don't see the value in investing my time in that specific skill set because I believe a CEO's job is simply to drive revenue and nothing else. Or I just don't want to do it. I'm good at it, but I find it to be a low return on investment on my time. So as you grow, there's a lot of things you're going to want to do and a lot of things you're not going to want to do. But at the start, you have no choice to hire. You have no choice to have that luxury of someone doing the work that you don't want to do. So before you hit that 10K a month marker, even before 50, you need to learn these skills. You need to master these things. And the only way to master them is not through watching YouTube videos. It's by actually implementing and failing, right? If you're failing, you know you're on the right track. Now, obviously, if you're failing and you're stupid and you don't actually try to improve, then that's a you problem. But if you are failing and you are improving, then that is going to eventually lead to you being successful. So let's break it down at its bare bones, what you need to do to hit 10K a month. The first thing you need to do is you need to have a skill that people are willing to buy, right? When people are transacting with someone, they're doing it for one of two reasons. They want what you are selling, or they want your time to do the thing that they don't want to do themselves, okay? Because that's at its core what it is, right? Even when you talk about the most simple transactions ever, you're buying food. Why do you buy food? You need food, okay? Pretty common sense that this is something you need to buy. It's the same thing with other skills and other products, whether they are needs or wants. People see the value in what you provide, okay? So they spend the money on what it is that you provide. So if you have nothing to provide, how are you gonna get to 10K a month? You can't, because you have nothing to sell. So you need to choose a skill. In my situation, it was digital marketing. In your situation, it could also be digital marketing. It could be AI. It could be something completely unrelated. But at the end of the day, the reason I preach skills versus products is because at the beginning of business, before you've ever hit 10K a month, you want to keep your life simple. And the way you keep your life simple is by having low overhead, no expenses. Rely on yourself. So all the money you make stays in your pocket so that eventually you can grow and start buying all the stupid things that you want to get for your business. Whether it's a specific software you want to try, it's a specific camera you want to buy, specific lighting set, microphone, whatever it may be. Anything before you hit 30 to 50K a month is a waste of your money. Point blank, period. Everything. So you need to sit down, and you don't need to spend more than $1,000 on everything, even less than 500. You need to set up a website so that you are a legitimate business, set up your LLC. You can do all of that for a couple $100, $200-$300, and start learning the skill. You don't need to buy a course. You can learn that skill strictly off of YouTube and start implementing, okay? Once you have the skill that you can sell, the next step is all you need to do every waking hour of every day in your business, which is RGA. I preach about this. I wrote about this in my book, Revenue Generating Activities. If what you're doing doesn't directly correlate to you making more money, it's a waste of your time. An example of something beneficial that is not RGA. Once you've figured out your skill, watching more YouTube videos about it is not RGA. Talking to people about your business that are not potential clients is not RGA. Setting up your website, not RGA, okay? Nothing that is not directly correlated to a percentage chance of you collecting money is a waste of your time. And this is just factual. You need to say no more than yes at the beginning, because I see a lot of people that are doing sub 10K a month go all to these like free business networking events and this and that. All of that is a waste of your time. Take it from me, I've gone to hundreds of networking events. The only networking events that are worth going to is when you're spending $5,000 to $25,000 on that ticket, where the room is just a bunch of people that paid the same amount as you. If it's a free event, you are the product. There is no other way to put it, okay? If you have no chance of getting a client, that is a waste of your time, okay? And you might think to yourself, oh, there is a small percentage chance that I meet someone that might be qualified, XYZ. No. You need to reach out to everyone in your contacts list. You need to reach out to all of the people living in your neighborhood, all your friends, all the people that are acquaintances, and you need to tell them about your business, okay? I posted a reel about this a couple days ago on Instagram where I made fun of this post that said Facebook ads are dead. It's like, yeah, showing your business to more people is dead. Can you even imagine that, right? Like, and a lot of people were making fun of this in the comments, saying the shoebox method, because in the video I say, to grow your business, you need to put it in a shoebox under your bed, hide it, and keep it a secret. And the truth is, that's what a lot of people do. They set up a website, tell one person, and they expect to make 10K a month. Like, no. Every person needs to know that this is your business, this is what you do, and that is what you need to spend your time doing. You need to be focusing on revenue generating activities that are directly correlated to you closing deals, okay? If it's at 8, 9, 10 p.m. and you want to invest a little bit of time of watching YouTube videos on how to sell better, by all means, go ahead and do that. But during the business hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., or if you have a job and it's after hours, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., you need to be dialed in, making conversations with potential people, not just setting appointments, because setting appointments is also not revenue generating activities. Taking the appointments is revenue generating activities. So in order for you to maximize and do the most RGA possible, you need to book the appointments as fast as you can and knock that out as fast as you can and do as much volume is necessary at the beginning in order to do the most amount of RGA in order for you to succeed in the business space. It's as simple as that, okay? So if you're selling an online service, master a skill, master sales, that is all you need to make $10,000 a month. Actually, that's all you need to make $50,000 a month, because I don't believe in the marketing space you should even hire someone before you hit $35,000 to $50,000 a month. That's actually when I made my first hire. Because if there's money in the bank account, you can afford to hire. You can afford to upgrade your website. You can afford to upgrade your marketing. You can afford to upgrade your accounting or whatever it may be. But before that, again, I can't stress this enough. I know it's pretty simple and I know it's straightforward. You need to focus on RGA. So the question is, what are you doing with your time? Because getting to your first $10,000, $25,000, $50,000 a month is not a matter of skill. It's a matter of your choices. What you say yes to, what you say no to, and how you manage your time. Okay, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my little story on how I got to my first $10,000 a month. But if that type of content you enjoy, you see value in, make sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.